Liz, welcome to today's chat. We're really excited to have you as one of the keynotes at the International Developmental Language Disorder Research Conference in 2022. Would you mind telling people a little bit about your keynote?
Thank you so much. I'm really excited about this, and I feel like, wow, this is going to be amazing, and I think the speakers are incredible. So I'm going to be talking about bilingualism and the so-called bilingual delay. I've been really wondering for a long time whether or not kids with who are bilingual, who have exposure to two languages, are actually delayed in both of their languages, or if it's an artifact of averaging children's performance across a number of across their different levels of exposure. And so I've been exploring this idea. First, I explored it with typically developing kids, and now more recently, we're in the process of exploring this with my graduate students, with kids with and without DLD. So it looks like, in fact, kids don't have delays in both of their languages when you look at them on a case-by-case basis. And so we're digging deep to try to figure out why this is and why people think we have this bilingual delay.
Amazing. So for people who are planning to attend the conference, what are you hoping that they'll take away from your keynote? Any tips or thoughts?
Well, yeah, I think actually some of these ideas that we have about bilingualism really affect whether or not we decide to test children, how we decide to test them, and how we interpret the results. And so if we have an assumption that children who have exposure to two languages are normally going to be delayed in both of those languages, then that could affect whether or not we decide to take them onto a caseload. So it could be that children show this delay in both languages, we think it's normal, and we say, gosh, this is normal. Kids who are bilingual show delays in both languages, and so they're not eligible for services, when in fact they have DLD. Or it could be, the other way around, that I think what we've seen historically is children who are bilingual are over-identified. And now I'm wondering if we're going in the other direction and under-identifying children who need it, because we know that early identification, early intervention is going to help to close that gap.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited because I definitely think that myself and many others have been pondering these same sorts of questions that you're raising. So that's great.
Yeah.
Thinking about, an event like IDLDRC, why do you feel it's important to have a conference like this?
Well, I think a couple of reasons, right? So I think it's great that it's an online conference. I think it opens up possibilities for people to attend such a conference all over the world. And to come together with people across different countries who are looking at DLD in different ways. So I think there's the opportunities to make connections and to learn from each other about this topic. DLD, as you know, is under-identified, appreciated, under something.
Yeah.
The knowledge base around DLD is fairly low, and so I think that we also need to bring awareness and kind of come together to bring awareness to what DLD is. And I think the DLD project does that in a lot of ways, and I think that's really important. So I think, and hopefully we'll learn stuff from each other, and really think about like what this means for our clinical decisions and our clinical practices.
Yeah, amazing. And I think that leads perfectly into, if you're someone who's thinking about coming to IDLDRC, what would you say to them? Maybe they're on the fence and not sure.
I would say, I think we have an amazing lineup of speakers. I think that there's going to be opportunities to connect. I like the combination of doing it asynchronously and then having the opportunities to talk to the speakers in the chats and that kind of thing. So I think the setup really lends itself to these opportunities to connect and to learn.
Thank you so much. And thank you for joining me today and telling everybody a little bit about your keynote. And I'm sure people will be looking forward to connecting with you
Yeah, I'm
on the
looking forward
19th to
to
the
it.
21st September.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there, and I'm looking forward to the chats.